Hello there, my fellow garden lovers. If you're anything like me, someone who sees potential in the forgotten, magic in the mundane, and beauty waiting to bloom in the most unexpected places, then you're in just the right spot. What if I told you that the junk sitting in your garage, basement, or headed to the curb could transform your garden into something absolutely extraordinary? I'm talking about items you'd never imagine becoming garden treasures. Yet here we are, about to prove that one person's trash is truly a gardener's paradise. Welcome to Daily Garden Fix, where we turn everyday cast-offs into something truly special. You don't need a big budget or fancy garden center trips to create beauty outside your door. Just a dash of creativity, a few forgotten items from around the house, and that gardener's eye that sees possibilities everywhere. Stick with me because today we're diving into 25 clever garden makeover ideas using things most people would throw away. And hey, if you enjoy what you discover here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next dose of daily garden fix ideas. Now, let's turn that junk into joy. Idea 1. Broken terracotta pots as fairy gardens. Transform cracked or broken clay pots into magical miniature landscapes with cascading fairy garden scenes. Most people toss broken pots immediately, never realizing they're actually more valuable broken than whole. Take that shattered pot and use the pieces as mini terraces. Nestle the broken shards into fresh soil at angles, creating tiny levels and pathways. Plant miniature succulents, moss, or small creeping plants throughout the levels. Add tiny accessories, pebbles for paths, small twigs for fences, and suddenly you've got a miniature fairy village. The broken edges become rustic stairways and retaining walls in your miniature landscape. Each crack tells a story, and every piece creates dimension impossible to achieve with whole pots. Position these magical creations on tables, steps, or nestled in garden beds where they surprise and delight visitors. Idea 2. Old gutters as lettuce planters. Convert discarded rain gutters into sleek, space-saving lettuce and herb gardens. People see gutters as purely functional, never realizing they're perfectly designed growing containers. Grab old gutter sections, often free from home renovation projects, drill drainage holes every 6 inches, and mount horizontally along fences or walls. Fill with potting mix and plant lettuce, spinach, herbs, or strawberries. The long and narrow design is perfect for shallow-rooted crops while maximizing vertical space. Paint gutters in fun colors or leave them natural for contemporary style. The waist-height installation eliminates bending. One gutter section grows more lettuce than traditional pots while using a fraction of the space. Quick reminder, if these creative transformations are sparking your imagination, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We share junk to joy garden magic every week at Daily Garden Fix. Idea 4. Old boots and shoes as whimsical planters. Transform worn-out footwear into charming, personality-filled planters. Most people see old shoes as garbage, not garden gold waiting to happen. Grab those boots, rain boots, sneakers, or even work boots that are past their walking days. Punch drainage holes in the soles and fill with potting soil and plant with trailing flowers like petunias, geraniums, or succulents. The overflow of blooms creates a flower bouquet effect spilling from boot tops. Line them up on porch steps for welcoming displays, hang by bootstraps from fences, or group near garden gates for quirky entrance markers. Paint rubber boots in cheerful colors, or leave leather boots weathered for rustic charm. Create family displays using boots of different sizes representing each family member. The playful nature brings smiles while showcasing your creative spirit. Idea 5. Wire coat hangers as plant supports. Bend wire hangers into custom plant supports, tomato cages, and garden stakes. Those wire hangers seem useless once you get plastic ones, but they're actually flexible gardening gold. Straighten wire hangers and reshape into circles, squares, or cage forms for supporting plants. Create mini tomato cages by bending 3 hangers into hoops and connecting with wire or zip ties. Form circular supports for peonies or dahlias. shape into spiral stakes for climbing beans. The thin wire doesn't damage stems, and the flexibility lets you create exactly what your plants need. Paint with rust-resistant spray paint or leave as is for industrial charm. One bag of old hangers from the dry cleaner becomes unlimited free garden supports customized to your exact needs.
Idea 6. Broken dishes as garden stepping stones. Embed broken china, plates, and teacups into concrete to create artistic mosaic stepping stones. That box of chipped dishes seems like disappointment, but it's actually artisan garden art waiting to happen. Wrap broken dishes in towels and gently break into mosaic-sized pieces with a hammer. Wear safety glasses. Mix quick-set concrete and pour into molds. Cake pans, plastic containers, or stepping stone forms work perfectly. Before concrete fully sets, press your colorful china pieces into the surface, creating patterns, pictures, or abstract designs. Once dry, grout between pieces for polished finish, or leave natural for rustic look. Each stone becomes unique artwork underfoot, transforming plain pathways into gallery walks. Use grandmother's old china for sentimental paths, create color-coordinated designs, or spell out words with broken letter plates. The creative possibilities are endless, and every step tells a story. Idea 7. Old wheelbarrows as mobile garden. Convert broken wheelbarrows into charming portable gardens that move with the sun. That wheelbarrow with the flat tire seems useless for hauling, but it's perfect for growing. Even if the wheels broke in or the handles are damaged, wheelbarrows make fantastic planters. Drill drainage holes in the bottom, fill with quality potting mix, and create stunning container gardens. Plant seasonal displays, spring bulbs and pansies, summer vegetables, fall mums, or winter evergreens. The built-in mobility, even with a flat tire you can drag it, means weaving your garden to follow sun or creating focal points wherever needed. Lean against walls for vertical interest, position as garden entrance statements, or park near seating areas for maximum enjoyment. Paint in bright colors or embrace rusty patina for vintage charm. The farmhouse aesthetic works in any garden style. We're halfway through. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We transform junk into garden joy every week at Daily Garden Fix. Drop a comment telling me which idea has inspired you most so far. Idea 8. Tin cans as hanging planters. Create rustic charm using painted tin cans as hanging planters. Empty cans seem like recycling bin fillers, not garden decor opportunities. Save tin cans of all sizes, remove labels, and punch drainage holes in bottoms. Punch 2 holes near the top rim and thread with wire or twine for hanging. Paint with outdoor paint, metallics for glam, pastels for cottage charm, or chalkboard paint for labeling. Fill with herbs, flowers, or succulents. Group multiple cans at varying heights for dramatic displays. Create vertical gardens by hanging many cans from wooden boards mounted on fences. The industrial meets garden aesthetic adds unexpected edge while costing nothing. Coffee cans work beautifully for larger plants, while soup cans are perfect for herbs. Idea 9. Old tire rims as garden edging. Use discarded tire rims as sturdy, artistic garden bed borders. Tire rims seem like junkyard waste, but they're actually weatherproof garden borders waiting to happen. Collect old tire rims from auto shops. They usually give them away free. Paint in bold colors or leave natural metal finish. Push halfway into soil along garden bed edges to create permanent, rust-proof borders. The circular forms add sculptural interest while defining planting areas. Stack rims to create tiered raised beds. Use larger truck rims for dramatic statement pieces. The heavy metal stays put through all weather while adding industrial chic style. These borders never rot like wood, never crack like plastic, and actually improve with age as metal develops patina. Idea 11. Broken concrete as rock garden foundations. Transform chunks of broken concrete into beautiful rock garden foundations. Broken driveway concrete seems like disposal problems, not garden opportunities. Instead of hauling broken concrete to the dump, use it to build rock gardens, retaining walls, or raised bed foundations. Stack pieces to create terraced gardens perfect for alpines and succulents. The irregular shapes fit together like puzzle pieces, creating natural-looking stone walls. Fill gaps with soil and plant creeping varieties that soften edges. paint pieces, or let moss and lichen colonize for authentic aged appearance. The substantial weight provides permanent structure while the broken, weathered look blends beautifully with plants. Create waterfall effects, build grottos, or simply stack as rustic raised bed walls. Idea 12. Old silverware as garden chimes. Create musical wind chimes using mismatched forks, spoons, and knives. That drawer of orphaned utensils seems like clutter, but it's actually a symphony waiting to happen. Collect mismatched or bent silverware. Drill small holes in handles or use existing holes. String on fishing line or thin wire at varying length from a circular base. An embroidery hoop, pot lid, or even another bent fork works perfectly. The different metal pieces create beautiful tinkling sounds as they touch in breezes. Polish for bright shine or let tarnish for vintage appeal. Hang from tree branches, porch overhangs, or garden arbors. Each piece's unique size and thickness creates different musical notes, making every chime one of a kind. The visual sparkle combined with gentle sound adds multi-sensory garden magic. Idea 12. Plastic bottles as self-watering systems. Convert plastic bottles into slow-drip irrigation that keeps plants perfectly watered. Empty bottles seem like recycling, but they're actually precision watering tools. Poke small holes in caps, fill bottles with water, and insert upside down in soil near thirsty plants. Water slowly seeps out, providing consistent moisture for days. Use wine bottles for elegant look, 2-liter sodas for maximum capacity, or small water bottles for container plants. The system regulates itself. Dry soil allows air in to release water. Wet soil slows flow. Perfect for vacation watering, busy schedules, or plants that prefer consistent moisture like tomatoes and peppers. Bury bottles deeper for root watering or leave visible as functional garden art. One person's recycling becomes another gardener's irrigation system.
Idea 13. Old window frames as cold frames. Used salvaged windows to create mini greenhouses for season extension. Old windows seem like renovation debris, but they're actually ready-made greenhouse panels. Build simple wooden boxes the size of your window frame. Hinge the window on top like a lid. Place over garden beds or set on ground filled with soil. The glass traps solar heat while protecting plants from frost and wind. Open the lid for ventilation on warm days. These cold frames extend growing seasons by weeks, allowing earlier planting and later harvesting. Use multi-paned windows for charming vintage look or modern single pane for maximum light. Paint frames to match garden aesthetic. Stack multiple windows for higher structures. The salvage materials create functional season extension for fraction of commercial cold frame costs. Idea 14. Broken clay pots as garden markers. Write plant names on broken pot shards for artistic permanent garden labels. Broken pot pieces seem like trash, but they're actually perfect writing surfaces. When pots break, save the pieces, especially larger curved sections. Write plant names using permanent markers, paint pens, or even scratch names into clay before sealing. Push shards into soil like signs, creating rustic markers that blend beautifully with gardens. The terracotta color harmonizes with plants, while the permanence means labels that last for years. Create decorative designs around plant names, add planting dates, or include care instructions. Stack pieces for 3-dimensional markers. The natural material weathers beautifully, developing character that plastic tags never achieve. Each broken pot becomes dozens of free, artistic plant labels. Idea 15. Old lumber as garden bed frames. Stack reclaimed wood to build raised garden beds for free. Construction scraps seem like firewood, but they're actually garden bed building blocks. Collect old fence boards, pallet wood, or construction scraps. Stack and secure to create raised garden beds of any size. No need for perfect boards. Weathered, slightly warped wood adds character. Use corner posts for stability, or simply stack log cabin style. Line with landscape fabric if wood is treated. Fill with soil and plant vegetables, flowers, or herbs. The elevated beds improve drainage, warm soil faster, and reduce bending for aging gardeners. Multiple heights create terraced effects. Paint for a coordinated look or embrace natural weathering. Reclaimed wood beds cost nothing but create productive, attractive growing spaces. Idea 14.
Broken umbrella as tomato cage. Transform broken umbrellas into unique tomato and plant supports. Umbrellas with broken fabric seem useless, but the frames are perfect plant cages. Remove fabric from broken umbrellas, keeping the metal frame structure. Push handle into ground with frame opening upward. The ribs create perfect support for growing tomatoes, peppers, or flowering vines. Plants grow through and around the framework, receiving even support. Paint frames in bright colors or leave metallic for industrial charm. The circular design provides 360-degree support while the height accommodates tall varieties. Use patio umbrellas for massive tomato cages. Group multiple umbrellas for artistic garden installations. One person's broken umbrella becomes another gardener's custom plant support. Idea 15. Old wooden spools as planter pedestals. Use vintage cable spools as rustic plant stands and garden tables. Wooden spools seem like industrial waste, but they're actually ready-made garden furniture. Find old cable or wire spools. Check with electricians or cable companies. They often discard them. Sand smooth and seal with outdoor finish. Use as plant stands, outdoor side tables, or potting surfaces. The circular tops are perfect for displaying container gardens, while the height brings plants to comfortable viewing level. Stack smaller spools inside larger ones for tiered displays. Paint in garden colors or leave natural wood. Add casters to the bottom for mobility. The industrial aesthetic adds character, while the free materials save money. These sturdy pieces withstand weather while providing functional beauty. Idea 18. Broken chairs as garden thrones. Convert broken chairs into living garden sculptures by planting directly in seats. Wobbly chairs seem like donation pile candidates, but they're actually garden art foundations. Remove the seat bottom from an old chair or use one with a broken seat already. Line the opening with landscape fabric or chicken wire. Fill with potting soil and plant with cascading flowers or trailing vines. Position chair in garden beds, against fences, or on patios. Plants grow through and around the frame, creating living furniture art. Use rocking chairs for whimsical motion, dining chairs for formal gardens, or children's chairs for cute miniature displays. Paint vibrant colors or distress for shabby chic charm. The three-dimensional planting creates conversation pieces that surprise and delight. One person's broken furniture becomes another gardener's artistic statement. Idea 19. Tennis ball cans as seed starting tubes. Repurpose tennis ball containers as perfect individual seed starters. Empty tennis ball tubes seem like recycling, but they're actually ideal seedling homes. Save clear plastic tennis ball containers, poke drainage holes in bottoms. Fill with seed starting mix and plant seeds. The clear plastic creates mini greenhouse effect while allowing you to monitor root development. When seedlings are ready, cut tube and transplant with minimal root disturbance. The tall, narrow design is perfect for deep-rooted vegetables like tomatoes and peppers. Stack multiple tubes in trays for organized seed starting. Label tubes with plant names. Reusable for multiple seasons with simple washing. These free containers work better than many store-bought seed cells. Idea 20. Old rakes as pot racks. Mount broken rakes on walls to create rustic tool and pot organizing systems. Rakes with missing teeth seem worthless, but they're actually perfect hooks. Remove rake head from handle. Mount horizontally on shed walls or fences with screws. The tines become perfect hooks for hanging small pots, garden tools, gloves, or harvesting baskets. Use multiple rakes at different heights for maximum storage. Paint rakes or leave natural metal for industrial look. Space times make excellent drying racks for herbs or flowers. Create artistic displays by mounting rigs and catterns. The Repurpose tool becomes organizational powerhouse while adding rustic charm. Every missing tooth is simply more character in your garden story.
Idea 21. Broken mirrors as garden illusions. Use cracked or broken mirror pieces to create magical light effects and space illusions. Broken mirrors seem unlucky, but in gardens they're actually light-multiplying magic makers. Mount mirror pieces on fences or walls to reflect light into dark corners. Even cracked mirrors work. The fractures create interesting light patterns. Position to reflect beautiful garden views, creating illusion of more space. Mosaic broken pieces into patterns on walls or stepping stones for sparkle. Angle mirrors to bounce sunlight onto shade-loving plants. Create secret garden effects where mirrors suggest garden rooms beyond walls. Seal edges for safety, frame for finished looks. The reflective surfaces double visual impact while bringing light to shadowy areas. 7 years good luck when used in gardens. Idea 22. Old bathtubs as ponds or planters. Transform vintage bathtubs into charming water features or massive planters. Old tubs seem like renovation debris, but they're actually perfect garden centerpieces. For ponds, plug drain, fill with water, add aquatic plants, and maybe goldfish. The deep basin maintains stable water temperature, while the classic style adds vintage charm. For planters, drill drainage holes, fill with soil, plant with dramatic displays. The deep growing space accommodates large vegetables or substantial perennial displays. Clawfoot tubs become garden sculpture when elevated on their original feet. Modern tubs work too, just paint exteriors in garden colors. Position as focal points, surround with complementary plantings. The substantial size creates instant impact, while the free material saves hundreds compared to similar-sized containers. 7 years good luck when used in gardens. Idea 23. Broken tools as garden art. Arrange broken garden tools into artistic displays that celebrate garden heritage. Broken tools seem like failures, but they're actually badges of honor worth displaying. Instead of discarding broken spades, rakes, or hoes, mount them artistically on fences or shed walls. Create tool portraits by arranging implements in pleasing compositions. Use as trellis supports for climbing plants. Hang vintage hand tools in groupings near garden entrances. Paint handles bright colors or leave weathered for authentic aged appeal. Each broken tool tells stories of gardens past, harvests gathered, and soil turned. The displays become conversation starters about garden history and personal garden journeys. Broken doesn't mean useless, it means well-loved and worthy of honor. Idea 24. Plastic containers as drip irrigation reservoirs. Bury plastic containers with drilled holes for underground irrigation systems. Empty containers seem like recycling, but they're actually buried watering treasures. Take large plastic containers, laundry detergent bottles, food storage containers, or coffee cans. Drill multiple small holes throughout. Bury beside thirsty plants with just tops showing. Fill containers with water that slowly seeps through holes directly to root zones. Prevents water waste from surface evaporation while encouraging deep root growth. Add liquid fertilizer for underground feeding, perfect for tomatoes, roses, or any deep-rooted plants. The buried reservoirs provide consistent moisture during heat while saving water. One person's empty container becomes another gardener's irrigation system. Idea 25. Old jewelry as garden sparkle. Repurpose broken jewelry into glittering garden accents and plant markers. Costume jewelry with missing stones seems worthless, but it's actually garden bling waiting to shine. String broken necklaces as plant ties that sparkle in sunlight. Use earring posts as plant markers by attaching waterproof labels. Glue brooch pieces to pot rims for decorated edges. Wind chain bracelets around shepherd's hooks for glittering support stakes. Press jewels into wet concrete stepping stones for sparkling pathways. Create wind catchers using crystal pieces. The garden sparkle catches light beautifully while giving new life to broken treasures. Each piece adds personality impossible to buy. Your garden becomes a bejeweled showcase of creativity and resourcefulness. And there you have it. 25 incredible ways to turn junk into garden joy. From broken pots to busted bikes, from rusty rims to tangled jewelry, we've proven that nothing is truly trash when viewed through a gardener's creative eyes. You see, gardening isn't just about flowers and vegetables. It's about transformation, possibility, and seeing potential where others see waste. Every broken item we've discussed today represents an opportunity to create something unique, save money, and give new purpose to forgotten things. Whether it's a tire rim garden border, a bicycle trellis blooming with vines, or broken china embedded in stepping stones, every tip we shared today proves that beauty doesn't have to cost anything. All it takes is a little imagination and willingness to see junk as joy waiting to happen. Here's what I need from you. First, if this video gave you new eyes for seeing garden potential everywhere, hit that like button. Second, subscribe to Daily Garden Fix and turn on notifications because we share creative garden transformations every week. Third, leave a comment telling me which junk to joy idea you're trying first, or share your own creative repurposing project. Share this video with fellow gardeners. The more people who discover these secrets, the fewer valuable materials end up in landfills, and the more beautiful gardens bloom everywhere. Remember, one person's junk truly is a gardener's treasure. Before you throw anything away, ask yourself, could this bloom in my garden?
Could this solve a problem, add beauty, or create something magical? So start looking around with new eyes. That pile in the garage, that box headed to donation, that curbside treasure, they're all garden possibilities waiting for your creative touch. Until next time, keep growing, keep creating, and keep proving that the most beautiful gardens grow from creativity, not cash. Turn that junk to joy and watch your garden and your imagination flourish. Happy gardening, everyone!